This video is brought to you by your support on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/grouchygus94 to help support the channel. Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about a movie. Alex, what did we watch?
We watched Guillermo Del Toro's Pinocchio, which just released, I think, December 9th, if I remember correctly. It was on a Friday. It is a stop-motion movie. Since Pinocchio is now public domain, a lot of people are throwing their hats in the ring to try to remake it. I haven't really watched any of the other ones, but I was really looking forward to this Guillermo Del Toro movie.
I know they remade the Disney one recently with Tom Hanks. Did you watch that?
I did not watch that. I also did not hear good things about it.
I didn't either. So then when you mentioned this, I was like, I don't know. I'll watch it. And oh my God, it was so good.
The biggest thing that drew me in was, one, I like a lot of his movies that he's directed. And two, is stop motion. Anything stop motion I really like.
Yeah. This was really cool. I liked the way that they kind of designed everything. They had a 30-minute show on Netflix. Did you see it? It was about the making of the film.
Oh, I didn't. I think I've seen, maybe I saw an ad for it then, because I was on TikTok and I saw like an ad for the movie, and they had like the director, they're interviewing him and they're showing some of the background stuff.
Yeah.
I just thought that was just an ad for the movie. So maybe that was an ad for the behind the scenes stuff. Look.
It was very interesting to see how they did all the stop motion rigging and 3D and composites. Oh, it was so good.
I think also, like, the look was good, the story was decent, but I think the voice actors were amazing.
Oh yeah,
they had Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ian McGregor for the
he was awesome.
I don't. Ron Perlman was in there. I can't remember who he played. I think he was Was he the fascist dad? I can't remember. All the voices were good.
Yeah, they had. What's that guy from Harry Potter? Damn it, I just lost it. The groundskeeper?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was Geppetto's dad.
Yeah.
Or Pinocchio's dad. Geppetto.
He was Geppetto.
Yeah. I was surprised how it kind of like changed.
Was it Feeny? Sorry. I was trying to think of the groundskeeper's name. Sorry. Go ahead.
Felix?
No. Was it Felix? I know it starts with an F. Finch?
Yes.
Filch.
Filch. That's it. That's right.
That sounds the most right.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody was very good.
All right, so with this one a little different. Should we just compare this to the classic Disney and we'll go through kind of a little bit? So in the beginning, spoiler warning if you haven't seen it, it shows Geppetto with his son Carlo. And I really like that. I think that was a good touch to show that he was a father that lost a son. It makes more sense than just a lonely man who's just like, I'm going to build a boy. I was like, well, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. And as soon as I saw that pine cone and then there was that air raid, I knew exactly what was going to happen. Yeah. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. I was not expecting that. I'm like, this got so dramatic out of nowhere, and I was totally in.
Yeah. That's what, it was like, oh my gosh.
It was such a bait and switch. I'm like, what the hell am I watching here? I thought this was like Disney Pinocchio. And I'm watching this kid get just obliterated.
Yeah, and then it was super realistic because the dad was just super depressed for long enough for a tree to grow. And but yeah, so like,
They
and
talked
then
about how the dad was like a model Italian citizen, and he was the best of the best, and then you see him just kind of devolve into this monster. Like he's a drunk.
yeah,
He doesn't work. He sits
yeah,
by
he
a
only
tree.
like, yeah, he barely work. He only works just enough to get by, like just doing the bare minimum to survive and
Yeah.
stuff. And like, and then he gets just so drunk one day he chops down his son's tree and makes Pinocchio. And the design was a very unique design. I thought it was a little creepy.
It
But
was. It
that
was.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I was a little confused about all the nails in his back
Yeah.
and stuff. And like, cause like in my head, it was just like it just wasn't a finished. Like he was brought back to life before it was a finished product.
So the thing is, they said that they were when he was making Pinocchio, he's doing it drunk. So
Right.
he's doing really good at first, and then he just says, what the hell? So that's why half is finished and half isn't, because Geppetto just quit.
Right. Because he's so drunk. Okay. And makes sense. Um,
But he is
Also funny.
creepy.
He is very, yeah. And then like, all right. So then what's the next scene? He gets discovered.
The eyeballs
Ge-
start flying out of the woods looking for the wooden Pinocchio doll.
yeah, that too. Also, yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Like, kind of like if you look up like old like biblical angels and stuff, it's like four wings with a ton of eyes and
Yeah.
stuff. And I was like, I thought that was kind of cool. Kind of like religious iconography and stuff.
My mom had a painting
Um,
like that in our living room. It was terrifying.
was seriously? I don't think I've ever seen that. My mom has like a Jesus walking on water, and that one always freaked me out because he's like staring at you.
Yeah.
Um, but so yeah, so Geppetto wakes up, sees a live boy. Song was kind of fun. It's just Pinocchio just going around smashing everything,
Yeah.
which makes sense, kind of like. I think it's kind of weird though, is like when you have someone that like has a full vocabulary, and then they're like, "What's this?" Oh, it's a hammer. You use it to smash
Yeah.
things. And he's like, "Oh, smash!" He starts smashing things. So you know what smashing is. You know what a hammer.
Right.
Like, I always think that's kind of weird.
This song was
But
catchy though. It was simple and
I was a little worried that they were gonna do a ton of songs. Like I thought it was gonna be like
yeah.
I thought it was gonna be more Disney-esque. But the songs, there's a couple, but they're like pretty quick and they're pretty fun.
They said
Um,
when they were composing all the music for this movie, they did it all with wood instruments.
oh, I didn't even notice that. Cool
I
touch.
didn't either. And then they said that. I'm like, huh. It's very clever. So it left
Um,
all the songs feeling like kind of real and just somebody singing with music and nothing too over the top.
so, all right. So after they have that, Geppetto is like terrified, unlike the Disney
Yeah.
version, who's like super happy and super accepted. He's like, oh, like because like in the Disney version, he's like, oh, I have a son, and this one's like, oh my God, what the hell are you?
Jeez, holy crap.
Yeah. And so like Geppetto goes to church goes to church, and like Pinocchio
He's scared the
follows
devil
him.
came to his house. He's like, I gotta go clean
Yeah,
up my act.
basically. And so and then Pinocchio shows up, and everyone is like freaks the hell out, and like it's a demon and stuff. And then they're like, no, it's a boy, and they're like, okay,
Whatever.
yeah.
Then,
And then like. And the priest isn't mad about like the witchcraft or sorcery or whatever's going on. He's like, "You built a puppet, but you didn't finish the crucifix? How dare you?" And I was like, "That's your priority?"
yeah. This piece of wood is walking around and talking,
um, but so like that, I thought that was a cool difference too.
This movie, like,
Um,
straddles the line between, like, normal and not normal. It's right on the edge the whole time.
yeah, it's just kind of jumping back and forth, and I really appreciate it. and like they had like the fascist Italians there too,
Yeah.
because you had that I don't know, it's Lamp or is it Candlewick? This
Yes.
is a boy's name, but I don't remember what the dad's name is. Maybe it's just. But anyway, so
Uh,
Candlewick's father comes in and is mad. And he's not mad because he's mad because the puppet is undisciplined.
yeah.
That's the only problem he has with it. He's like, you need to be a strong, disciplined boy for the Italian military
Yeah.
and stuff. And so it's like you're gonna send him to school. So in the Disney one, Geppetto just wanted him to be a real boy. So he's like, be a real boy. Real boys go to school. So
Right.
out you go to school. This is another thing I just don't understand. In both versions, I guess it's like, 1900s, it's Italy. So like, you just tell your kid to go to school, they go to school. I was like, okay, he doesn't know where that is. Walk him there.
Yeah.
Because in both instances, that's when Pinocchio gets conned
Right.
to go join the circus.
Yeah, it was very
Um,
odd. It's his first thing ever on his own, and he just totally screws it up. Like, of course he would.
yeah. But I like this one better though, because it makes more sense. It's like, hey, your boy's undisciplined. You need to get him in line.
Yeah.
Send him to school. Instead, Geppetto's just like, well, I have a son, and sons are supposed to go to school, so I guess you're gonna go to school. So I think that's where this one also does better than that, and like the old Disney one and stuff. And the con was kind of interesting, where he's like, hey, what, do you want to read a book or do you want to learn life by living it, kind of thing.
Right. So then from there, it's been a while since I saw the Disney version, but how does it change? Because in this one, he goes to the circus, and that's where he meets the monkey and all the other sideshow characters.
In the original one, he just I can't exactly remember. It's kind of similar, where this fox and a weasel trick him into joining the circus, and basically they sell him to I think his name is Maestro,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like the circus ringleader. And so he has to do these shows for him, and then as a reward, he brings the kids to like Paradise Island or something in the Disney version, and they smoke, they drink, they destroy stuff, they slowly, like, it's kind of like you are what you how you behave. So like they're acting like asses, so they turn into asses. So
Yeah.
they all turn into donkeys. Maestro goes back, collects all the donkeys, and then sells the donkeys to like farmers. Like that's how he makes his money and stuff. So this one's a little different, also more realistic too.
Yeah.
Um, where this guy's just a con man. He's like, yeah, join my circus, you'll make money, you can send the money back to your father 50-50. And like Pinocchio is just this amazing little puppet that like everyone loves,
Right.
and Pinocchio doesn't know that he's getting ripped off. um I do like though, like throughout the show, like throughout the movie, Pinocchio is helping people. He helps out the monkey, and then he helps out Candlewick, and then he
Yeah.
helps out his father. um
Unknowingly, but yeah. He's kind of
yeah.
like happily just stumbling through everything. He's this little happy wooden puppet.
Yeah, but like he's doing what he thinks is good. He's trying. Like, I mean, he still messes up, but I think the fact of just trying and like just keep trying even when you fail. Um, so I like the puppet shows. I really like how Pinocchio stands up for that monkey, even though the monkey is kind of being mean to him
Yeah.
and stuff. And then so like the way that Pinocchio gets back is just calls Mussolini like a deuce, because he's because like that's his name, or like the deuce, like he's the second Mussolini or something, or the Duke. So like I can't remember exactly what the joke is, but basically they call him a piece of poop. And they do the whole song and dance, and then that's like how he escapes. And then he wakes up. Oh yeah, I forgot a part. Pinocchio dies, and he goes to the afterlife.
Yes. That was the weirdest twist.
I liked it until the end, and I'll probably say more towards the end. But yeah, so basically, whenever Pinocchio dies, because he's a puppet is not a real thing, and they gave life to a non-real thing, he technically is not alive, but he can't technically be dead. So every time he dies, he has to wait in the afterlife before he returns, and he becomes immortal. And then the fascist dad really loves that because you can die um, unlimited. You can die unlimitedly for Italy because he wants to train him to be a soldier. So after Pinocchio escapes the circus, he dies, and then gets drafted into the military and has to go to military school. And then like he helps Candlewick feel good about himself because Candlewick was kind of a dick to Pinocchio at the beginning. And then he helps Candlewick stand up to his father, and then I think they both die
Oh, shoot.
because the whole compound got bombed.
Yeah.
Because an air raid, and Pinocchio dies because yes, he goes back to the afterlife. So this is different because because at this point in the Disney movie, it's Pinocchio escaping Paradise Island,
Yeah.
and he hasn't fully turned into a donkey, but he grew the ears, and he's like Pinocchio feels bad and he tries to go home, and then when he gets home, in both versions they find out that Geppetto is eaten by a whale because in both versions that they were trying to go find them. So yeah, so then Pinocchio gets eaten by the whale. And then they have their escape, which I thought was good. Start telling lies. The nose grows out, climb
Yeah.
with the blowhole.
Yeah.
That was good.
That
But
fish
then
was awesome.
yeah,
That was a pretty cool fish. I just looking at it, I'm like, what a cool design.
I like everything.
It wasn't quite a whale. It was like a, I don't know, kind of alien.
They said it wasn't the whale. It was like some kind of weird fish that like sleeps at the bottom of the ocean for like centuries or something or decades.
Yeah.
And then resurface to eat. So they escape, but Pinocchio dies because the whale ate a bomb, and then Pinocchio's just like screw it and activates it, and then Pinocchio's like, I'll give up my life or my immortality to save my dad, which was good. But like, and then Pinocchio immediately died. Like, so Pinocchio gives up his life to like save Geppetto. I liked, but then they immediately resurrected him.
Yeah, like
I didn't like that. I didn't. And then immediately after that, they cut to Geppetto dies, and I'm just like, I don't. That's what I didn't like about the afterlife thing because they didn't. I think Pinocchio should have died a lot more during the movie.
Yeah.
And then they should have shown like he's in there for a long time and stuff, or something like that.
That would have been nice because then you could see, Geppetto aging every time you flash back to him.
Yeah,
which maybe
like that.
I'd have to watch it again to see because they were very detailed. I'm wondering.
He only went like 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
And the first time was like for a couple seconds. The second time was for almost a minute. The third time was like for a minute, 2 minutes or something. It was like each time it didn't feel like that long, but the movie's obviously probably time skipping, like jumping ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But like, it didn't seem like that big of a sacrifice.
Right.
For Pinocchio to give up immortality to save his dad.
It was very weird. It was very ping-pongy. He's alive, he's dead. He's alive, he's dead. His dad's dead, now he's alive.
And I think it would have been good to have it instead is that Pinocchio gives up his immortality, breaks the thing, saves his dad, stays alive, and then Pinocchio's like, now, and then they'll say like, you are now a real boy, even though he's still like a wooden puppet.
Yeah.
Because you now have only one life. you now have something that's precious because it ends. That's would have been I think would have been a better ending. Or another thing I don't get is the cricket gets one wish,
Yeah.
and they wish to bring back the puppet and not Carlo,
Yeah.
or attempt to bring back Carlo. You know, the thing that would have brought the like, I kind of understand because like he's been dead for how long,
Yeah,
and
and
he
he
can't
just
like there's probably no body for him to go into or something.
it's like a
But like,
zombie raising up from the ground. It's all like rotted. It's like, oh God, no! I want
but
Pinocchio
like,
back. Why do I have to lose everything that's precious to me? Carlo, then Pinocchio, then his son back up as a zombie.
but like they said, like you can wish for like she's like I will grant you any wish because like the cricket's original wish was going to be world world fame or like to be known around the world as an
Yeah,
author and stuff. But then he's like, bring back Pinocchio. I was like, you're not even gonna try Carlo,
yeah, but that
because
was
that would
odd.
also bring happiness to this old man.
Yeah, that was
But
definitely a miss.
yeah, yeah, I was just so upset because like the whole movie up until the very end, I feel like they just missed it. Especially since immediately after Pinocchio's brought back, it flashes to Cricket dying, and he's put into a matchbox and carried
Yeah,
in
that
like
was sad.
inside his chest. And then um, Geppetto dies, and they bury him next to his son. And then Pinocchio is now this immortal being
Yeah,
with no family. I don't know.
yeah, just kind of wandering off into existence. Like, it's very weird. I thought it was weird he came back as a puppet too and not an actual boy. Like, I get what they were saying, he had one life to live, but what do you think about him not reviving as a human boy?
I think that's fine. I don't think he. I see. That's what I mean, though. Is like they should have brought him back, and he shouldn't have died again, saving Geppetto. He should have just given up his immortality, and then Geppetto and him are alive.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, he'd have to get his arms and legs fixed, but the next time Pinocchio dies, he dies for real.
right.
Like, because then they'd be like, "You're a real boy, even though you have a wooden body. You have a soul now. Like you can actually die." But now now he's not a real boy because he's just this immortal cursed object that roams. So it was just so close to being just like an
which,
amazing, like,
which it's almost kind of creepy then, because you could think if you thought off into the future, this would be a puppet with like a childlike mind that goes around just smashing and destroying everything accidentally. He's got no ties to
I think he,
humanity. He's all
I
on his
think he
own.
I think he matures. I think the whole point of it though is going to be like because like he did mature throughout the movie,
Yeah, I
but I
guess.
feel like he does mature, like he would mature and
Just
like
a
become
little
more.
bit. Like,
Yeah, I think he'll keep his childlike wonder, but yeah, you have this basically. I think it's more creepy is just like you're gonna have this living puppet that's gonna be like it's gonna be the Amity House doll.
yeah.
That's what he's gonna become. He's gonna be like, hey kids, can I play with you? I know a fun game that you used to play back in we call it throwing rocks, or because he's from Italy in the 1900s, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
or so I don't know.
I thought it was great. I was totally happy with it from beginning to end. Blown away. I
You,
liked the angels. They were pretty cool.
yeah, I like those two. I like the bunnies too. I don't know what that. I don't know if that is a symbol for something,
Yeah.
but they had the Sphinx on the for death. I like the fact that Death knew who life was,
Yeah. They were
and like
sisters.
she's up. Yeah, they were upset with each other. I Great movie up until the very end. It was
Yeah.
just like I had the same feeling about the new Top Gun movie. I feel like they were doing a great job to the very end. I
Oh,
don't think, yeah.
we need to talk about that. Oh my God.
Real? Yeah, yeah. I'll talk about it.
We need it.
I'll,
Okay, that's the next video idea. Boom. Now you guys know. Top Gun 2.
I'll tell you exactly where they went wrong and what they should have done instead. I need to be in movies right now. I'm just kidding. I can't direct a movie, but all right. That's all I have to say. You got anything to add on to it?
I don't think so. That's everything I got. Definitely check this out. All the actors are awesome. Pinocchio's cool. Everything's creepy. I love it.
2 thumbs up.